So Templify brings custom and company templates, brand assets and best practice content all together directly inside any Office application, streamlining how users create on-brand and compliant documents, presentations and emails. But I've got to ask, because I'm quite curious here, what kind of problems are business leaders actually coming to you with, and are you noticing any trends?
Yes, it's three major issues. One is the core scenario about how can we just have all this content and digital assets and templates delivered and deployed to our users to make sure that it's accessible wherever they need it, and not only on the Windows-based PC with Microsoft Office on it, but also anywhere else. How can we make sure that things are just available for us? And also make sure that we put some governance around how it's being used. That is one of the big scenarios, and it would typically come from brand managers and communication directors and CMOs. How can we get a hold of all these things and connect what we do as a business around these things and what we would like the users to do? The other really big thing is the whole automation part that is more bespoke into individual parts of the business. So how can we help individual user groups like salespeople or accountants or others do bespoke documents that are very complex but automate that whole process? So for example, I'm a user and I need to do a report, for example. So what I need is to have access to the template, and then I would need to put it together in a super smart way that is compiled by all the collateral and information that I have in the business. And I do that by asking to certain gating questions that essentially compiles the document for me automatically. So what I get from that is that I have something that looks correct and has the right information inside of it, and that is also done incredibly fast. And the final piece around that part is that I also need to make sure that when I reuse that document from my desktop, that it's kept intact, because it always connects with the latest data sources in my business to make sure that if anything has changed, that it's automatically updated. So that's really the second use case: help very specific groups inside of the business just work incredibly much faster. A lot of questions around that area. Can we help with that? And the third part is really back to the digital transformation part. We already have something in the business around template management and document automation, but it's an obsolete technology. We don't really want to support it. Somebody built it in a basement a long time ago. And now we want to move into something that is much more future-proof and can tap into our IT infrastructure in general. So those, I think, are the three main entries into Templify that we hear a lot.
So what's next for Templify? Is there anything else that you can share with us about the direction you're taking?
Yeah, one thing that we're very much looking into as a company is to obviously improve our core value proposition around template management and document automation that I've been speaking a little bit to today. And the other thing is that we also are looking very much into consolidating, so working very closely together with partners that do things that are complementary products around what we do, working a lot with the integration, as I mentioned before, into other IT infrastructures. So a big part of what we do is really related to that, just to make everything much more automated and quicker and better to work with. And the final part, more from the business side, is also looking into acquisitions, so onboarding other technology into the Templify platform to make an even stronger product.
Now, I also believe you've got quite a big announcement going out today. Could you share that with me?
Yeah, actually we do. So very happy to announce that we're joining forces with the German company SlideProof, who has a very strong offering around productivity in PowerPoint, really catering for the scenario where people can work much faster when doing professional presentations, especially around the consulting businesses, and also very strong tools around doing checks. So just to make you can almost consider it as a spell check for PowerPoint. So very excited to include that as part of the Templify offering. And yes, that's true. That is announced today.
Well, a huge thanks for coming on the show today. I think there's so much room for opportunity here. But can you remind the listeners of where they can find you online, and also maybe contact a member of your team if they have any questions or if we've sparked their interest after today's conversation?
Yes, definitely. So Templify is reachable on all social channels, #Templify, and also, of course, on www.templify.com.